Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today, and there's been another NBA trade on this NBA trade deadline special. Well, yeah, it is a special day for the NBA. And we have another three-team trade, another small three-team trade. We had the huge three-team trade last night between the Lakers, Wolves, and Jazz. But today, there was a three-team trade between the Bucks and the Nets and the Pacers. It was a small trade that involved Jay Crowder and Jordan Nwora and some picks. And now there is another three-team trade that involves three players that we're going to be talking about. One, the big player's name is Matisse Thybulle and Jalen McDaniels. The three teams in the trade are the Trailblazers, the 76ers, and the Charlotte Hornets. The Charlotte Hornets, who looking like they are going to be selling. Looks like they make their first move. Definitely, they have other players to trade. P.J. Washington, list goes on of players that they might trade. So, three-team trade. Matisse Thybulle is heading to Portland, all right, and Charlotte is receiving Svi Mykhailiuk, who was on the Knicks but got traded to the Blazers for Josh Hart, because Svi Mykhailiuk and another player went with Cam Reddish in the first-round pick to the Blazers because they needed to add demand for salary. So in that case, Svi Mykhailiuk is now heading to Charlotte. I have no idea what would happen with him if he's, I think he would probably stay on the roster, but we'll see. Because you're getting rid of one player, you're receiving one. I think he stays on the roster because, they have the roster space to keep him in. All right, so Svi Mykhailiuk and multiple second-round picks are heading to Charlotte. The 76ers are receiving Jalen McDaniels, who's averaging 10 points per game, has been a great big man, has been a good shooter this season, shooting 35% as for three for a power forward. And I love the addition for Philly. I think he'll be great for the Philadelphia 76ers off the bench. He'll provide some spark. I like Matisse Thybulle. I think he's a really talented player, and I think he'll do some really good things on the Blazers. But he just was not having a great season with Philly, averaging 3 points per game, but was not playing that. He wasn't playing that much at all because he's only took 69 shots this year. There's so much other shooters on the Sixers with Harden, so many other scorers with Harden, Embiid, and Maxey and Harris and Tucker. Well, Tucker doesn't score a lot, but there's so many other, D'Anthony Melton. List goes on of other players that are on Shake Milton, that are on the 76ers, that are shooting the ball. So Matisse Thybulle didn't have a lot of, options to shoot or, not even, score, but shoot yet alone. 69 shots, and he was playing minutes. So I think the move for Portland for him will be way better than Philly was. I like what Portland has done so far in the trade deadline. Yes, they got rid of Josh Hart, but they've received Matisse Thybulle, who's a great defensive player and a decent scorer when he's shooting the ball, and Cam Reddish, who's a great player. I like Cam Reddish. He was averaging 9 points per game before he just got sent to the bench. So I like the additions of Cam Reddish and Matisse Thybulle. Yes, it's hard to say goodbye to Josh Hart, but I love the two additions. And they've added in a first-round pick with those two guys. In my opinion, and you can, disagree otherwise, but in my opinion, I'd rather want Matisse Thybulle and Cam Reddish than Josh Hart. I like Josh Hart. He's a good player, but Matisse Thybulle and Cam Reddish, they're really good, and I just rather want them and a first-round pick than Josh Hart. I know Portland had to give up Svi Mykhailiuk, who doesn't really mean anything, and some second-round picks to land Matisse Thybulle, but I like what Portland's done in the deadline. I like the deal for Philly as well with Jalen McDaniels. I think he'll do some great things. Charlotte, this is just for a selling viewpoint. They're selling into rebuild, but we'll see what happens with them and the rest of the deadline. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Charlotte does through the rest of the deadline. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts. Peace out.